ladies and gentlemen, and fight fans around the world. This is All Access MMA.
Always great catching up with Casey Kenney, who's got a fight coming up here at UFC Fight Night on October 3rd. Casey, how's it going, man?
I'm doing great, man. Just enjoying my day and about to do some training later.
Yeah, and you're going to be going to Fight Island, man. You must be pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's one for the history books. I don't know how long Fight Island will be around. I'm sure after the last couple showings, they may keep that around for a little while, but it's always good to be part of history.
Have you got your itinerary yet? Do you know when you'll actually be heading down?
No, I know they were doing like visa and passport stuff, last week or a couple weeks ago. So we should be getting, our itinerary there. Can spit that out.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Coming off a big win, man. Your last fight, dare I say, a statement win. You got that quick finish over Louis Smolka in the last one. There must have been a weight lifted off your shoulders, not only getting a win, but also the fact you got your first finish in the UFC.
Yeah, exactly. What a better way to come off a loss and then, go out there and do that in my next one. So, it was exactly what I wanted to do and, came out with the finish and, first round. So I was super happy, man, exactly what I wanted and, midst of the chaos. So, I'm looking to, come out there and do that again.
Right amount of time off in between fights?
Yeah, you know me. I always like to get back in there. I'd like to get back in there a little bit sooner, but it was a good time frame. Had time to hang out, get back to training slowly but surely, and had a good little camp. So I can't complain on it. But I'm gonna start screaming for a quick turnaround again. That would be. I'd like to fight one more time before the end of the year. That's for sure.
You got your priorities straight. I like that. Let's talk about your opponent, Alateng Heili. I believe that's how you pronounce it. How do you feel like you match up against him here? What do you know about him? He's got a lot of fights. That's what I know, obviously.
Right. From what I've seen in his UFC fights, throws a big right hand. He can wrestle well. Watched some of his fights outside of the UFC too. It was pretty similar to what I saw in his first two bouts here. He kind of sits back and waits, looks to counter, looks to throw that big right hand, but other than that, he doesn't do a whole lot on his feet. So I think it's a good fight, though. He's going to come forward. He's going to allow me to kind of do my thing as well. I'm not going to be chasing him around. Doesn't seem to use his wrestling a whole lot. Not going to completely count that out. A lot of people turn to wrestlers after, they take a few shots. So I could see that happening too. But I'm just ready everywhere, man. I think I'm going to be too well-rounded for him.
What type of camp have you had with COVID restrictions and all that? Because you do a lot of cross-training, I know, even before the pandemic hit. So what is camp like? Where have you been training after this camp?
I'm pretty much at a normal camp. We've been back to our team practices and stuff at the lab, and then, been doing my stuff down at Rise as well in Tucson. So trying to stay safe, but, everything's pretty much back to normal for me over here.
What about training partners? Who have you mainly got to work with at both those gyms? I mean, obviously at Rise, it's Chris Carriasso, but who have you been working with at the lab?
Chris and Jose Aldaya down at Rise, and then at the lab, I got Kyler Phillips. We're on the same card. There's a guy named Bryce Meredith. He's a two-time NCAA Division I finalist. He's been wrestling a lot with me. Not really an MMA fighter just yet, but a great wrestling partner. And then a guy like John Moraga, Richard Palencia, I've been getting some rounds with them, just the whole crew is over at the lab, there's never a bad round.
Yeah, no, I'd say so. Has Sean O'Malley been in the gym at all? I know he's sort of recovering from that injury, or have you spoken to him since that fight against Chito Vera?
Yeah, I saw him on a couple Saturdays ago, just kind of quick hello. I haven't seen him in there training. I know he's been doing some jiu-jitsu and stuff from seeing his Instagram, but quick hello, hi, how you doing type of thing. Seems to be in good spirits.
That's good. How's the weight cut going ahead of this fight? And do you have to alter that because of the travel time?
This will be my first time fighting with that long of a distance traveled. But, I went to Russia in February and December as a cornerman. So I guess I got to kind of experience, at least that flight and all that. I didn't have to do the weight cut and the fight and all that. But, I got to learn some good things from the Performance Institute about flying and weight cuts and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to be well prepared. We're going to be fighting kind of an odd time as well, but anything that gets thrown my way, I seem to handle it and just kind of move forward from there.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight? Chris Carriasso. Who else is making the trip with you?
And then John Crouch as well.
Oh, awesome. Okay, good.
So yep. So I'll have those two guys in my corner, and then Kyler and I are both fighting there. So John's coming for both of us. So that'll be a cool experience.
You said we're going to potentially see a finish in this fight. How do you see the fight unfolding on October 3rd?
I may catch him with something right off the bat. If the fight goes a little bit later, I think test his jiu-jitsu out a little bit and see if I can grab another neck or an arm. But I think I'm going to finish him, first, second, third round, doesn't matter, knockout, submission. I'm just looking to put the pace on him and, put him away.
Now, obviously, your opponent, not really like a household name, but you have a good record in the UFC. Where do you see a win sort of putting you in the grand scheme of things?
Ultimately I'm going to work my way, into the rankings, into a title shot, but I think this one just kind of sets me in the right direction, well, not that I'm in the wrong direction, but, just kind of continues on that path. I don't think this fight is going to, skyrocket me into the rankings or anything like that, but go out, get a finish, look for the next one, and eventually I'm going to get where I want to go.
Downtime, what's that looking like right now? Like, aside from training, are you watching any TV? Or are you playing any video games? What do I find you doing?
Yeah, Netflix is taking some of my time with the Cobra Kai.
Everyone's on
series.
that. Yeah, good.
Yeah, Karate Kid fan growing up, and then they hit me with that with all the same actors and all that good stuff. So I'd say I've been doing a little bit of that. Got my dog I hang out with, chilling.
How's the weather out there? Is it getting a little bit cooler now because we're getting into the fall, or is it still pretty scorching hot out there?
Yeah, it was like 115 a couple days ago, but last night we had like a storm come in and it got down to like 75, 70 at night. So that was pretty nice, but it's still pretty hot here, man. But I think we're almost done with the heat.
Good stuff. Well, you're certainly going to be bringing the heat coming up here on October 3rd. It is UFC Fight Night. I'm looking forward to this one. Casey, always appreciate the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Hey, thanks, man. Always a pleasure. You can follow me at CKMMA135 on Twitter and Instagram, and then Casey Kenney on Facebook.